There's a hat. There's a hat's in a good position. It's not too road.
Where did your pen go, man? I like the fucking pen.
Where's the pen gone? Ratomagoson signing into the 266 headquarters here in Old Street. We're going to talk a little bit about Here in Colombia. The reason I went to Colombia, South America, was because a friend of mine was doing a crowd-funded music project, his university project. A similar concept, but different techniques, different methods. I asked if I could join his trip, take some time with him in Colombia. He went home after a month, and then my plan after that was just to finish up my work, complete my work, and try and make something of it. So the idea of the whole project was to just go into Colombia, dig records, buy them, take them to wherever I had a turntable, in whichever situation, be it in a city or in a club or a record shop. If I had use of a turntable somewhere, I would buy records all afternoon, then go and sit in the shop in the evening or the club in the evening and sample there and take the sound straight into the MPC. Maybe after 3 or 4 songs that I had done, then I realised my workflow and realised that there was a concept behind what I was doing and thought I could make something of it. So in that time came up with the name Here in Colombia, which is exactly where I was. Sampling, making edits. The whole project is done on an MPC 1000. At the time didn't really know the ins and outs of the machine, so part of the trip was learning the machine, the word has gone completely out of my head. The manual. The manual was pretty much a Bible and a lifeline to learning the equipment and then being able to perform with the tool, with the turntable and the MPC. So the mix downs all happened in Colombia in a studio in Bogota run by a chap called Kike. Amazing person, can't recommend him enough if you're in Bogota doing music. Runs a studio called Encinta, which is on tape, means on tape. The studio is completely analog and has some amazing gear that has pretty much paved the way for the music that we hear today. The desk, a Trident Series 65 console, came from England around 1980 and has somehow found its way to Colombia. The MPC went from the outputs to the tape, MCI 24-track tape recorder, from the tape recorder to the desk, mix it down, and then at the last minute that sound is digitalized. But up until that, it's completely analog, which is a beautiful thing, and the first time in my life I've been able to hear a difference in actual analog and digital sound. I know people rave about that, but first time I've been able to really hear a difference, and it changed a lot for my ears. The reaction of Colombians was very interesting. They were very excited. I was using their music in a way that they hadn't heard it before. I was really putting a British spin on some folkloric music, some of the rhythms they have there, as well as just taking records and sampling them. Some of the musicians that I worked with had never seen someone take a vinyl record into a sampler and then twist it up so it comes out as something brand new. So the reaction was positive and they're excited to hear it probably just as much as you are. Yeah, I feel good about the finished product right now. I'm really happy with it. It's the first time that I've done a 100% sampling project. Normally I'm recording my own things and then sampling. So to be able to just take sounds from a record and feel slightly, in a good way, detached from those sounds meant that I could work quickly, disregard something quickly, use another thing, whatever. There was no real attachment to to the samples, whereas if I'd recorded them myself on my own music and been slightly more original about it, then I would have felt attached to those sounds. Looking back now, you know, yeah, it's an amazing project. Really, really happy with the sound. I want to hear it on a big sound system now, and I've heard it on speakers for so long and headphones for even longer that I just want to have it played out in some clubs. Would be amazing. You can hear Here In Colombia late Feb, early March, as long as I pull my finger out. It's going to come first as a DJ mix, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And then very soon after it will come out track by track, all downloadable from the 266 Bandcamp. And there will be a little donation box there if you're feeling the love. You can follow me on Twitter, at Ratomagoson. I have a SoundCloud, a Facebook and a Bandcamp, all under the same user, Ratomagoson. That's RATOMAGOSON.
Oh, for sure.
It's a big word. Yeah, I just want to say a big thank you and a shout out to, first of all, Miguel, and Juan Paulo and Stephen for really making me feel welcome in Bogota. Danny for the use of the turntable. Neck-the-Less for introduction to Kike and Incinta Studios. And of course Kike and Incinta Studios for the time that I spent there and the knowledge that he allowed me to learn from him. Big up.